Hello, everyone. Wow, Wednesday again. How's everyone doing? Happy Wednesday. Uh, you can just ignore the mess behind me on the back table. Had a friend over this weekend working on some of the LED project and did not quite go as good as it should have, but we may do. And yeah, it definitely did not happen the way I was hoping it would, as far as being able to give you guys an update and a video. But I was able to spend time with my friend, and that's really all that matters. And yeah, let's see who we got here in chat, and we'll kind of dive in here. Wanzo, nice to see you, sir. Bloodlock, nice seeing you as well. Totally normal. Yep, 6:30. Wanzo's AFK and Rolling Thunder. Hey, how's it going? I'm glad that you are all here. So, yeah, it's something that I want to talk about for a while now is scammers. And I'm not just talking about their typical scammers, that call about your extended warranty. I'm talking about the scammers that have the long-term game that are on Instagram or even Twitter for that matter, that normally involves a picture of a really beautiful woman or multiple pictures and could supposedly be that person, but most likely a stolen Instagram photo account. And they basically did a long game and chat with you for months. So we're talking 2 or 3 months back and forth, getting to know you, and then they'll turn around and be like, "Oh, by the way, you should send me some crypto." It always turns into crypto. I don't know why. Crypto must be thinking that everyone has crypto, but I don't know why they'd even waste our time on, I guess, I don't know. I feel like that as a disabled individual with a public Instagram account, I get more than the average amount of what I consider spam or direct messages from people that normally just say hi, and that's it. And I go through and look at their account, and their account was made, 3 months ago. It's got 50 posts, but they never write anything, and it's just like, jeez. And I just wanted to kind of talk about my experiences with it, as far as the type of crap I've gotten, what I've heard other people go through, kind of show you a good way to kind of, I don't know that the account's not real. Um, yeah, it's just, yeah. So let's get caught up here in chat, and then we'll get more into scam things. So, Wanza said, "How do you know how we've been going down? I spent the last week looking into cybersecurity." Yep, there we go. It's a good little topic. Bloodlock says he hates scammers. They sucks, but they better know I'm about to get my IT cert, so they shall be know where they are. Exactly. Hey, Chris, how's it going? I'm sorry if I missed you earlier. I told I totally did. Um, let's see. I've got greetings from Rolling Thunder. I use my scammer to listen to the police. Well, there you go. It's always a good way to listen to it. You should send little audio clips to the scammers. That'd be kind of fun. My favorite is when they send a message and then the profile pic and name changes and then they start sending links. Right? It's like, I'm going to change a profile photo. Roy thinks I got a new van last week. Oh, dang, dude, sorry you got a chip in one. That's exciting. You got your van. Congrats on that, sir. That's huge. Yeah, and this is also going to have to do with in combination of dating profiles as well, Wanzo, for sure. Like, you'll be on a dating profile and they'll be like, "Oh, you're just so, I love your smile, all this stuff," and then 2 weeks later, send me crypto. It's like, dude, no. And I feel like that people look at somebody with a disability online, especially if you have a public account or you're a public dating page, people will try to I don't know, try to think that we're easy targets. And I have seen a lot of people, even other people I know, friends of mine that are on Instagram, that start following these people. I'm like, you realize that's not a real account, right? Like, that person's completely fake. Like, their profile was made less than 2 months ago, and their email address, I'm sure, is some foreign something or another. Probably is some random spam email. So yeah, so I wanted to kind of talk about experience with all that, and then also wanted to share a link to a YouTube video of somebody that I follow on YouTube that does a really good job about teaching you some basic hacking stuff and basically using a piece of software called open source investigative tools. And these set of tools basically allow you to connect the different APIs, including Twitter. They have one for Twitter, one for Instagram. And it allows you to get details about the account, when the account was made, what email address is associated with it, like the kind of details that an an investigator basically would use to get information about people. This is all public information. It's not anything they're actually hacking, doing anything illegal. Yeah, OSINT, exactly. So I'm going to put that link in chat. So the person who does it is Network Chuck. And the reason why I wanted to share his link versus any of the other ones that are available on YouTube is that he's very precise and he shows you like what it is that you need to do in order to get it installed and help you get information about Instagram accounts. So I'm going to put that link right there. So you guys can watch that later on. It's really interesting, the information you can get off of Instagram accounts. Yeah, a good old Chuck. Yes, we all like a good old Network Chuck. We just want to be normal. Well, what is that, Wanzo? I know you say that, but what is normal? That's what I'd like to know. Oh man, looks like I need to fix our chat. Looks like it's way out of place. See if I can fix that real quick. Let's see, where's the chat frame? Oh, there it is. Okay, well, I'm not going to mess with that right now in the middle of live stream. So let's go ahead and let's see what I'm at. Rolling Thunder. And now I just have to get easier. I have to get my Easy Log installed both in the car and on my Easy Lock. Gotcha. Ended up choosing a power fold-out ramp, and I had to be honest, they were so much quicker. Oh yeah, compared to in-floor ramps, Rolling, those things are way cheaper, for sure. I can attest that within Intel community, social media is the best thing ever to get information about people's. Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't realize that, you know, information put out there is done. Like, obviously, like my Instagram account, I'll be the first one to raise my hand and say it's completely public. Everything on there is public. And it's got positives of it being public. Like, sure, you can probably find out some things about me going on my Instagram. And then there's, you know, other things, but I also feel like I don't really have anything to hide. But I feel like because of that, I feel like that's why I think scammers think I would be an easy target. But I kind of go on the side of trust, but verify, no matter what. Like, always verify, is the account real? And the most giveaway I've seen, and we're gonna get into some examples here, is on Instagram. They'll have an account, but then they won't write any descriptions of the photo. It would be like just a photo with no descriptions. Normally it's a really attractive young gal, and they want you to, you know, check out their profile and whatnot. So it's, yeah. Let's see here. I'm going to pull up here an example for you guys. David Bumble is also really great at this. Absolutely. Okay, here we go. All right. So I think this is the right one. Nope, hold on. I have too many spam messages. I can't keep track of which one's which. Okay. Here we go. Example number 1. I'm going to cover up some of these other ones quite yet. Can't let you see the one below that one because, you know, got to keep some secrets here. All right, so message request always start hi, hello, you know, that kind of thing. So this person started out with a different name, changed it to Snow, and then they changed their username probably about a week ago. This part got changed. Isabella Kokolinski. Like, okay. And nice, you are so handsome and looking good, dear. Like, okay, great. That sounds fantastic. Thank you so much. And obviously Instagram had already flagged this as potential spam. So that's why it's just kind of chilling in this account anyways. And then if we go on this person's profile, they got over 1,000 followers, 70 posts. Talks about love, traveling, snowing, whatever. But like the posts are like a few makeup things, a strawberry, a faraway image. Like to me, it's like anybody could have done these photos. Like, like I don't know. And most of these pictures don't have anything written about them. It'll basically be like, well, this one has something about it from 9 weeks ago. But if we go all the way down to this person's account, let's go way down here to the bottom. So this account was like first post was September. So that's literally been 2 months old, or 9 weeks ago, I guess, to be exact. Seems like it could be a little bit, but and they made this account. And it's just like, to me, it's a very obvious spam account because, like I said, these images could literally come from anywhere. I don't know, but it seems like that every other week I get a new message that basically says, oops, that says the same thing over and over again. Like, hello, hi, how are you? And it's some of them look like real accounts and other ones don't. But it's always the same thing where basically they say like hello, hi, and then like, and they always have weird things like fun. Like, okay. Like what? And normally it's like, to try to be really, attractive young gals photos that they steal or whatnot. And then they end up making little spam. And it's just, I don't know. To me, it's just getting real annoying that I'm getting them like every, I think like 4 a week currently. And I would say most of the time it's, yeah, it's guaranteed it's going to end up in being spam. Just because of how many I end up, getting on a regular basis, it seems like. Does anybody else deal with that on Instagram or Twitter? I mean, Twitter is just as bad, I feel like. But I feel like Instagram, they try to sneak you in by like trying to like post like beautiful pictures of women and get you to like, become friends with them. And then they send you a message and then you chat with them for a few weeks and they're like, send me crypto. Yeah, here I am, right here. Yeah, that's basically the common thing that you get with these spam messages and stuff. It's quite interesting. I'm assuming I can't be the only one that has this issue online. You guys have got to, somebody, one or two of us, three of us have got to be able to have the same issue. Yeah, another thing that's also available is, this is obviously this could also happen on Twitter. I can pull that up here real quick. Gotta look at Twitter spam. Twitter spam's normally not as much like trying to get you to buy crypto or anything. Let me see if I can get in. If I can have it show me spam messages on here. On a desktop, I don't know if it will show spam messages. I don't think it will. So I can't share any of the spam messages on Twitter. But if anybody's interested, I could show a quick video on, or not even a video, but basically how to install basically something that basically can give you online tools to Twitter, but it's not as good as the Instagram one. It's the Twitter OSINT. But you can get information like who they follow. You can get information about their tweets, that kind of thing, but you can't get information about the user account. That makes sense, like email address, stuff like that. Twitter doesn't make that public as compared to everything on Instagram is public, like your email address, phone number. Unless you have it really locked down, that information can basically be found by the open source investigative tools, which a lot of people don't realize that information is out there in public, but it's something that can easily be found. So I highly recommend it. All of you go and you watch that Instagram OSINT video. I'll put it here in chat again. I highly recommend you guys definitely, when you get a chance, watch it. It's very informative and I don't know, gets you some interesting information about what kind of details you can get off of Instagram versus Twitter. But if you guys are interested, I'll show you how to install the open source investigative tools for Twitter. All you need is a Google account to do it. So if you guys are all down for that, I can show you guys step by step on how to do that, because I think it's kind of it's a cool thing to know how to do. Let's see if I can pull it up here real quick. All right. So let me go ahead and open this up here real quick, show you guys. Make sure I'm not showing anything that I shouldn't. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, another link here in chat. So all you need is a free Google account. Oh, absolutely, Wanzo. I'm totally down for that, dude. All right. So basically, you don't have to click on this link, guys. I'm putting it in chat for later on for anyone else who wants to see it for later. But basically, you could go to console.cloud.google.com, and basically, what you end up doing. Let me switch screens here again. And show you Google Desktop. So obviously, I will leave this on the screen for a minute so people can actually see it. But basically, it literally takes 60 seconds to install. You have a Google account, you go there. You click on Cloud Shell, top right-hand side. You install TWINT, which is a Twitter investigative tools. You literally copy this git clone command. You copy it. You change directory into that. You basically edit this requirements text file and replace this one line with this piece of code. Then you run this pip3 install command, and then you basically test it. And then you can get basically information here about Elon Musk, the last 20 things that he's did, right? So let's go ahead and pull up Search Console real quick. And let me go ahead and change directory onto the console here. Oh. Oh. Did it reinstall itself? Uh-oh. Or am I on the wrong? Please hold. I don't think I'm on the wrong account. Yeah, all right, I'm on the right one here. Well, I guess we're just going to go through the install process here together, people. Let's just give me 1 second here. Got to switch back. See, this is what happens when you don't prepare. Remember that, people. Make sure you stay prepared. Okay. So, obviously, I don't even have this installed at all yet. So now we're going to get it installed. There we go. I don't know what in the world's happening here. All right, so first step is we need to git clone and download it. Okay, done. Now we're going to change directory into it. Super easy. All right, now we need to edit that requirements text file that we talked about. Oops. All right. Here's the text file. So we go over to the line here that has at the end of HTTP, go equals, and you go 3.7.0 because it's got an issue. You do Control X to save, Y for yes. You push enter. Now we're going to install the requirements reel, and this is all free to do, by the way. This will install the Twitter investigative tools. It's pretty sweet. Okay, now we're going to install the requirements. Just going to do a bunch of little fun stuff here real quick. And it takes, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes to do. Make it a little bit bigger. There. Now it's completely done. Now let's clear the screen. Of course, clear screen doesn't work, but it doesn't matter. Let's pull up Elon Musk's last few tweets. I'll come right back to chat here. I know I'm behind on chat. What did I forget? Oh, ha! You got to change directory again a second time. See, I need to add this to my notes for when I make the video because somebody's going to end up doing that and it's not going to work. Okay, it looks like it's not working at all. Of course, this is going to happen in the middle of a live stream, right? Let's go back a directory. All right, and let's try setup.py. Okay, let's try Python 3 setup.py. Uh-oh, I'm an idiot. All right, everyone. Ryan is officially not paying attention to his own notes. Oh, wait. We did a pip 3, didn't we? Okay, I'm so confused. What skips did I step? Yep, we did requirements. Okay. So I think what we need now is Python 3 setup.py. Because I somehow messed that up. I don't know how, but somehow we did. I knew there's a step that's missing here. Okay. Well, I am going to come back to me and figure out what happened to get caught up on chat because I'm totally like going through it like, yeah, we got this. It's so good. Wow, I got a lot of chat here to catch up on. I've heard people say that when you get the same thing electronic that has a rechargeable battery, it's a smartphone, but you would... Oh yeah, that's interesting. 8 months and I've never gotten it down to 0. Well, that's actually pretty good. How many miles have you been able to put on in one trip before having to charge it? I would not try to run your batteries down and get stranded. Yeah. Surprised he hasn't gotten rid of it yet. What did I miss something? Getting rid of what? What part did I miss there, Onzo? Okay, we're talking about battery stuff there from totally normal. It's best to go about 50% regularly. You're on Windows, yes. Chrome in Windows in order to install the Twitter investigative tools. I'm rooting around in Google systems, right? I do feel pimpin' at times. Maybe this is pimpin'. I mean, you could maybe call it pimpin' if that's what you want to call it. Oh, man. I just love that I'm sitting there like, oh, yeah, I told you just did this like not too long ago. And then it's not working, which is just hilarious. It's the way it goes, though, right? You end up um, on live stream, and it's like, hey, you're going to go ahead and try to do something, and it's not going to work. And obviously, when I wrote down the step-by-step commands, I did not do a good job. I must have missed a step. So, which is weird, because I'm going back through and looking at everything, and it looks like I did everything correctly. So let's I'm gonna run a command here one more time. I see what you guys are saying here in chat. Mush OS at IT, right? I've been able to normally get 2 days out of a single charge before I have to charge it. I don't really know what mileage wise. And remember again, you have a permobile, right? If I remember. Oh, did I do it before Musk? That's a good point. I didn't think about it. Could be a Musk issue. You're right. I did install this and do this before Musk has done a lot of changes. So you're absolutely right, Wanzo. That could be why it's not working. I mean, it's the only other thing that would make sense as to why it's not working. Other than that, I have no idea. And it just worked a few days ago. Without any issue. So I really don't understand. Because it, like I said, it just worked 2 days ago. Just fine and no issues. So, there you go. I guess that's what I get for doing on live stream. Oh, that'd be really cool, Ryan. Yeah, so on the Permobile, you should be able to set up where you can be able to keep track of your trip distance instead of your overall mileage. That might be kind of a good way for you to keep track of things. Give me a second here. I'm going to switch. I have a feeling that I did this in a different account, and that's why it's not working. You think he's going to be more open, Wanzo? I mean, I guess anything's possible for him to be more open. Steps recorder. Oh, okay. Oh, you don't want me to use steps recorders. Is it something else besides steps recorder? You'll have to tell me which one it is. Regardless, I'm really happy with the battery life range. Oh, the motors. Yeah, motors could be like really, really noisy. That's for sure. All right, let's see here. All right, so it looks like this is totally just gonna not happen on live stream. So let's just go ahead and move on to something else. So has anybody else had any issues at all with spam words elsewhere besides Instagram, Twitter, Obviously, email. We obviously are going to know that email is kind of a big problem, no matter what. I will dig it. All right, that's fine. Ah, spammers on Snapchat. Yep. Okay. I figured that's another common place where there's Snapchat or spammers, not Snapchat. Yeah, it looks like no matter what I do, nothing is working. So I must have messed something up during the since last time I did. Or like I said, John said maybe Twitter has changed things to keep this from working. That's basically the only things that I can really think of here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. Here's a link to it if you guys want to try and mess with it. I'm not gonna sit here and try to do this on live stream because obviously it's not working. It's something that did work previously about a week ago, and now it stopped working. So just to make life easier, let's just hang out with you guys, chat, and not worry about it. But yeah, please, Ryan, send me that because that would be huge to be able to take screenshots along with what I'm doing, because last thing I need to keep having happen is when I'm in the middle of a live stream showing people how to do something and have it not work. It'd be great to go back and look at the old, like, step by step with, you know, photos, what it is I did, because obviously I messed something up pretty badly. So if you're watching this video from the beginning and you're just now getting to this point, ignore anything that you just saw for the last few minutes in the Google search, into the Google console. Completely did not have that correct. You get some loud, buzzing, rattling noise, but goes away very quick. It's something I've noticed. Wait till you take the chair up a hill. Go find yourself a nice steep hill and just floor it. Oh, you get some great motor noises. Quality. Sounds good, dude. I appreciate that. Huh. That's so cool. So usually 90 seconds after posting a video, the spammer comments start rolling in. Well, yeah, you have. That's one thing. Knock on wood, has not happened a whole lot of. I haven't had a whole lot of spam in comments. Obviously, live streams, I get a lot of attempts of the bots coming on and trying to spam, but they get blocked right away. But yeah, with your new number of total subscribers, they're totally normal. You're probably gonna have a huge increase in spam overall. I'm sure. I mean, just even from like 3,000 subscribers to 10,000. Yeah. I get a feeling they're all coming through Twitter. Yeah, I think as soon as there's like a link on Twitter, I think there's bots out there to probably look for links and then go into those like live streams and stuff. And yeah, you should, just for giggles, you should like totally do a tweet right now with my video. Let's see how many spammers. I bet you it'd be at least 2 or 3 or 4 coming in. Basically, yeah, slide into those DMs, going like, "Here's a message request." I'm just curious. I'd experiment. Like, I don't. You have a lot more, you know, followers and stuff that I do online. I'd be curious if you put it out there. Like, if we end up with, because I did a tweet about it. It was way before the stream, but if you do a tweet during the stream and the link is live, sorry, I got a little phlegm there. I'd be curious as if they would actually start showing up. That'd be interesting. I got excited yesterday when I noticed that I had 10 subscribers. Dude, that's awesome. That's after being on YouTube for 4 years. Honestly, don't post a lot of videos. And honestly, that that's the thing, is posting videos. And I'll be the first one to raise my hand. I think, oh man, I'm kind of nervous to look at when last time I posted a video. I think it was almost 5 months ago. Before that, I was planning on jumping in and doing a video, you know, weekly on top of live streaming, but schedule wise to try to get that happening is so, it's so tough to try to make all that happen. So far, no Twitter spam bots. Totally normal. Surprised. Welcome in if you're just joining us. We're attempting Twitter spam bots. to see if it's actually true if you do a tweet about live stream if they try to join the stream. Wanzo says he's shooting for a video once a week. And I think that's a good thing. I think if you could even get one video once a week would be huge. And that's something that I want to, yeah, it's something I want to try to get back into doing. So I have a video every week on top of doing the live stream. And that's tough. You know, it's tough doing both. Hi there, Robin. Welcome in. We're going to get a few new people coming in and joining today's video, thanks to Totally Normal's tweet. Ah, Wanzo's going to do a short a week. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think last time I did a short. I think it was quite a while ago. Let's see, when's the last time I did a short? Now, since it has its own tab now, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Last time I did a short was... Of course, there's no date. Why is there no date? Have you ever tried making a phone call hands? Okay. That's really weird. Oh, September 13th. There you go. That's the last time I did a short. They make it really difficult. Oh, that's interesting. So Totally Normal saying that if you have videos that were already vertical, up and down, like kind of Instagram style, that those automatically got converted to shorts on YouTube. That's interesting. Did you have some that were auto-converted? It's really challenging to keep it interesting when you can't film. I'm the same boat. Like, I would love to create videos of my day-to-day life of what's going on with me, but it's so hard because I can't film myself. I can't lift up or hold a camera. So it kind of limits on what I can record myself, and not having the afternoon caregiver I'm used to having for the last 2 months has made it so I can't, like, yeah. That would be something that would be just, yeah, like a robotic arm. It looks like that's what I'm saying, a cheap camera robot arm. I think that would be amazing. It's something that would be robotic, could strap to the wheelchair. Yeah, I think we just need to get those robotic arms, though, to an affordable cost where we can afford them. Not like the crazy $50,000 ones. I don't want that robotic arm. I want the one that's, like, you know, straightforward. Finally got a chance to test my chair in the snow yesterday. Nice, dude. Especially you did pretty good. Actually, did not slip and slide at all. That's actually very impressive, dude. If you post a video once a week, you're doing more than... Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think it's yeah, it's tough though. So it's finding the time. It's like I have ideas of videos I want to record and put together and edit. It's just trying to find all the time and the caregivers to, you know, help do all that, you know. If you post a video once a week, yep, talk about that. It's got 12 now. Sweet. There is a chair accessory with a robotic arm, but Lidlock, is it affordable though? That's the thing. Even one of those Ozbot webcams. That's true. That could work out pretty well. When that 10K money starts rolling in, let me know. Right? That 10K that's happened is sort of rolling in now. Hello, Guru Ace. Welcome in, sir. A phone on a gimbal. Yeah, that would work if it's one of those gimbals that could automatically, like, turn around. That would work. That is interesting. Do you get more onto shorts? Because, I don't know, I feel like people just want that quick, like, instant 15 seconds, tell me how to do something, 60 seconds tops. And that's all they want to watch. And go on to the next video. Like, when it comes to actually YouTube videos itself, at least for me, what I found is that I have a really good, when things, of course, are working, which is why I like doing it recorded versus live streams, because half the time I do live streams, the things I'm trying to show don't work. As I've been told, I'm a really good teacher at being able to explain how to do, like, certain programming things with Raspberry Pis and other technology stuff, and I like making those kind of videos teaching people how to do it. I feel like that's kind of my strong suit area versus trying to make a video like of my daily life and try to put it on YouTube is a little harder. That's why I love doing live streams. I can pretty much come on here. We can talk about different subject matters. Doesn't really matter. It's a little bit more free flowing versus it doing it, pre-recorded. It takes a little bit more time and effort and stuff like that. Let's see. A wheelchair is too bumpy for a gimbal. That's true. Suspension on these pro wheels and stuff is great, but they haven't gotten that great yet. That's TikTok style dopamine hit. That's what it is. That dopamine hit. They gotta get that. Shorts get better views because they show up in others' feeds as I scroll through. True. That's right. Any updates on my new wheelchair? That is a great question. So the latest update, which I think we may have already talked about like last week or the week before, is that they sent somebody out to my house to verify that my house was, 1, accessible, 2, it had ramps, and 3, that the wheelchair would work inside the house. So I don't know if anybody else has dealt with this in your state, but I think that they would kind of tell me it's a new national insurance thing where they basically are making it and require people to go out to your house and verify that your doors would work, that everything else is accessible, which is kind of mind-boggling a little bit because, as we all know, private insurance or insurance in general will not pay for home modifications. So it's required for them to come check your house for insurance reasons, but yet if your house isn't accessible, they won't fix it. So to me, it's kind of like, why even do it? What is the point? Yeah, it's just one of those things to make sure you're not a scammer, right? Yeah, and I know people have had to do it for the last 2 chairs, but 6 years ago I didn't have to do that. I'm like, what the heck? What do you mean you got to come out and verify my house? What is happening? So that's the latest. They came out, they did that, kind of like a, hey, let's take our time doing it. I haven't heard any updates yet. Waiting for the denial of insurance for the first time. So once I get my first denial, because they're going to deny the seat elevator, because that's just what insurance does, then I'll begin to fight. And hopefully we'll get it done quickly. One guy I watched lost 5 kb by doing shorts. He said, I hear you and I won't do that again. Wow. That's crazy. The short attention span is the TikTok brain kicking in. Yeah, and I get it. I understand why that's super popular. I know with like Instagram Reels, like, you could easily get into that habit just like swiping through it without even knowing, and time goes by. You're like, oh crap, I just went through all this time. So I get it. They used to do home inspection for chairs, but kind of stopped during the worldwide weirdness. That's true. I guess that would make sense that they stopped doing that. It'd be funny to have them come to the bus. Yes, that would be great. Some gimbal better. Xena Crane 2 works the best. I'm going to have to look up that. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Back when I was in my old warehouse in 2012, I had an inspection, so I just gave them an address of a friend's place. I mean, it works. It totally works. I had my bedroom door closed, and they asked what size doors I have back then. Yeah, let me give you that measurement. It's about a 33-inch door. Just give it to them ahead of time. All right, we're going to take a look at this Zyra crane item that Lidlock has mentioned. My question is, would this gimbal, though, provide enough to not get bounced around on a wheelchair and still provide stability? That's a pricey little guy. Lidlock, do you have experience with this thing? I just feel like if it was solely mounted to a power chair, that with hitting all the bumps and stuff, that it would stay. I guess camera would stay balanced. I don't know. I haven't had a whole lot of good luck with anything like a gimbal kind of thing at all. Let's see. Get back here on chat. They never inspected your house, Lidlock. Yep, saw that one. When I ordered my M3, which is now my daily share, my insurance company asked my DME if it was possible just to modify my folding power chair. Yeah, a folding chair, it's not going to be able to get modded that way. That's crazy. Seat lift and things like that. I just thought it was kind of funny that they wanted to modify a folding power chair. I don't think I've ever seen a seat elevator on a folding power chair. It'd be kind of cool for travel, but yeah. I think that part of it should be our responsibility. Yeah, that's true. Totally normal saying that a Hero 7 Black can totally deal with the chair vibrations. Okay. I mean, if a Hero 7 can handle, you can get those probably on eBay pretty cheap right now. Totally normal on a pole. Ideas for memes. Oh boy, the memes are going to start happening now. You'll have to prove it to me by letting me borrow it. That's true. I mean, Wanzo does live on a property that, yeah. It's an odd pronunciation word. Zishi Win. Zishi Win. Okay. I can see that. Let me load up another browser that's not logged into anything, so we're not sharing details. And let's look on here for... And I want to see what your guys' thoughts are on this. We're going to look up a robotic arm. So I was thinking if it would be possible to buy something like this made with metal, and be able to get it so you could basically attach it to a power chair. Now, obviously not for like a gimbal. It's not going to be very steady, but if you're standing still and you're trying to film yourself, something basic like this that you could like assemble, put together yourself using your own servos or whatever. If something like this would just be basic enough, and then get it so using a Raspberry Pi with Bluetooth modular and maybe able to control it with a joystick. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, just to aim the camera in different directions, at your face, at the ground, whatever it is. That's not going to do anything for while you're driving, but I just think something like this would be really kind of cool. Obviously, maybe not this exact model, but I'd be curious if something like this would actually be a decent idea to buy, because there's a couple different kits on Amazon that use and or are made with metal that you could buy, and then obviously you have to buy your own servos and stuff, but I don't know. Does anybody have any thoughts on that? Let's see. Catch up here in chat. I do have a question. So on my joystick, which is an RNet, yep, the newer RNet, yep. If you send me a photo of the screws, I can tell you which ones they are, and you can turn it with your thumb. On the bottom of the joystick? You might have to send me a picture of that later. Okay, fine. Maybe not a Raspberry Pi. Those are $200 right now. Bad example of a circuit board, but you got the point, Lonzo. Jayco makes a good one. Yeah, but isn't the Jayco arm... Isn't that one like the one that's like $50,000 though? Lidlock? I don't think it's even going to be on here. No, it's not. But we can do a search for that. Oh, I'm not going to click on that link. Just because. We don't support that company. Yeah, I've seen a few people that I know a few people that have this. I mean, that kind of degree of movement, you could like feed yourself with it, all kinds of stuff. Feed yourself coffee. Carry your coffee cup. Like, that'd be totally awesome, but like something like this is just, it's so expensive. It's such a cool thing, though. Like, you do puzzles, you do all kinds of stuff. I mean, maybe a lot of I know. That'd be a lot of fun. But I just think it's just like getting something cheaper, like a robotic arm off of Amazon and building your own would be maybe a quick, easy way to get like the Jayco arm, but like on the cheap. You know what I mean? Just go with the cheap. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? They're not actual screws, but looking like screws. Yeah, you might have to send me a photo. I don't know if I know exactly what that is. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Have you seen the Orange Pie 5? Yes. I have not. I have not gotten one yet. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's obviously a little bit more than the Raspberry Pi itself, but very, 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 very capable. And up to 32 gigs of RAM? Sweet. How much are these bad boys on Amazon? 82 bucks. That's not bad. I mean, if you think about what you're getting here. I mean, you get 16 gigs of RAM. That's crazy. I mean, obviously, we can't even get Raspberry Pis. Those are $200 all day long. So this is a good alternative for that. Oh, yeah, way cheaper than the Pi 4. The good news is most of all my upcoming projects that I am doing don't require Raspberry Pi. They only require an ESP32 device, which is nice. A lot cheaper. Let's see. You want, dude? I think there's actually a couple of groups that will actually help you fundraise for those arms, the Jayco arms. Speaking of that, Wanzo is something I've heard of as possible. But I was thinking about buying one of these. I think this one's actually made with plastic. Yeah. But I'm thinking of getting something like this to just make it to hold a camera. I think it'd be great. I mean, or even a GoPro. Let's see. Oh, and there's also a link here from Totally Normal. I think this is another. Oops. No, okay, hold on. I made a boo-boo. There we go. Okay. How much are these bad boys? That's not bad, especially if you only do the 1080. 149. And then how... Oh, it's gesture control. Are you able to set this thing up besides gesture control? Just like for somebody like me that can't lift up their hands. I'd just be curious if something like this would work well for that. Or if you could set it to like automatically track you. That would be interesting. All right, and then I'm going to take a look at this picture that Will is talking about. And then we'll come right back to that. Well, Will, I see the photo here. I'm going to open this up here for everyone else to see. So, looking at this photo, Will, I'm assuming, I'm going to take my mouse. I'm assuming you're talking about that right there, correct? This piece right here? Just curious if you're talking about this little circle guy. I don't see any other screws down here to be loose. Yes, okay. So those are not actual screws at all. It's basically just a plastic plug that basically plugs these headphone jacks. These headphone jacks are used for an external plug, like the switch here next to my head. Those kinds of things. So that's what those are normally used for. So I think both of mine have fallen out of my chair, and you know we have rain, all kinds of stuff, and mine's been fine. So if one falls out and you lose it, it's not too big of a deal. All right, let me put this in chat. I'm assuming that'd be a little bit easier. I think you guys are asking about that, or Wanza was. I mean, 149. I'd just be curious if it can do something besides gesture control. Let me see if you answered that already. Ba -ba -ba -ba. If you're in the right to repair, you should look at the video to lose Rosin post after about the medical professional. All right, yeah, no, I'll definitely add that to the list to check out. What else did I miss here? Yeah, there's several ways to control it. All right, that's good to know. Did you just switch accounts? Like, wait a minute, your username changed. Don't be a spammer. No username switches. The Xeon can do face tracking and object tracking. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Super. If you're super worried, cover it with tape. Yeah, a little electrical tape on the bottom of that would fix that plug. Yeah. Oh, I just realized that I'm just like over here and I'm on the wrong screen. But 149 for that camera, I don't think is bad at all. Does it, anybody know, does it have a quarter 20 mount on the bottom? Because if it has a way of mounting it, that would be pretty sweet. Yeah, of course, dude. Number 6. Okay, so it's got a standard quarter 20 thing on the bottom, so that wouldn't be too hard to put on a arm and be able to make happen. Yeah, that would easily attach to the pole and should be able to make that happen. That's a good idea. Is there any other cameras like the OBS bot? That's interesting. It's called OBS botnet. We're using OBS for the live stream. It's kind of funny. Actually, I ran into a pole, caught my joystick under the pole. Yeah, sometimes you got to take off the metal bracket that holds the joystick and hit it with a hammer to get it back flat to put it back on. Back didn't have my browser account container set up on this computer. No worries. What would you need to record to it? What would you need to oh, like, does it take a SD card? That's true. What does this thing take? Looks like you could do like HDMI output on it. Wanted to see if they had like an easy way of doing it to.
How to switch tracking mode on OpsBot Tiny Series.
Let's see if that goes like a good example. So you're literally AI tracking basically. So it looks like it's tracking. Can you imagine how much that thing would be moving around in a wheelchair? It's like back and forth, back and forth. All right, so it can do motion and stuff. Okay. That could actually work out pretty well. It's a wheelchair. It's like moved around quickly. Headroom mode, standard mode, and motion mode. Interesting. I wonder if it would get confused at all with the wheelchair, though. I'd be curious about that. Oh, that's true. But you'd still have to use the remote app to like spin it around and stuff like that is what you're saying now. Yeah, let me see if there's a direct connection to... It looks like it's USB directly to a computer. So I'm gonna need that. Yeah, it looks like USB Type-C is the only output. So I'm assuming it's only going to work on a PC, so we'd have to have some sort of computer or something connected. So we can actually use it like an actual, like with an SD card or something. All right, so this is a quick start on how to do this. But is there a way to do it? So it looks like they have an adapter. It goes from UVC, which must be their format that they're using, to HDMI. So that might work. You'd have to have a capture card though to record that, so it'd be a lot of extra, maybe a few extra steps required. Interesting. Huh. It's got a USB remote. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah, yeah, I feel there might be a lot of accessories. I feel like just having a camera on the servo, you could just rotate around, might be a little bit easier to deal with. But yeah, I guess if you didn't mind carrying around a computer with you or a tablet. Let's see. I guess you could put a laptop in your backpack. Yeah, but I mean, but still though, the whole thing would kind of make it so, like somebody in my situation with limited hand use or whatever could like have somebody set it up very quickly, then be able to use it and record and be able to edit the videos myself without having to rely on somebody else to do it. That would be the most important part. Wonder how it would handle shock and vibration. Yeah, that's the thing. It's vibration and shock. I feel like a GoPro would be better for that. Just put it like a GoPro on a server, one of those cheap robotic arms. I'm also noticed that at times my brake sparking brake can be a little gray, extra sensitive for some reason, even when I'm not on a slope. Would you say like they grab quickly? Was that what you would say was happening there, Will? I'm assuming that's what you mean, like they're going down not even going down a hill. Yeah, the remote's pretty cool. I do like that. Agreed. Definitely a lot of crap punch here. If you really want to buy a cheap PTZ camera and just JB welded tripod screw, yeah, that's true. You could easily do that. A 360 camera would work well, but then you'd have to deal with a lot more on the editing side, I feel like. Maybe. Maybe not. I guess the editing software's probably gotten better. And that's why I think just going with those real cheap, you know, robotic arms off of Amazon would be kind of cool because I could actually use it for other things as well. Okay. Here's a potential option from Totally Normal. And yeah, $94. Motorized tripod. Yeah, it looks like it's got a shoehorn mount. So you can put phones. All right. 10-hour battery. Lithium. It does come with a remote control. Yep. It does not say. Obviously, it's not going to have any software, so it's not going to do any tracking on its own. But maybe with the remote, it wouldn't be so bad.
This is my YT1000 pan tilt. So
Let's see how jerky it is.
show you this panning, tilting.
It's actually really smooth. I don't really see any jerking on that, do you guys?
That's crazy.
So something like that might work. As long as it's something
There's a
that, like
couple
the
clicks
remote
in it.
buttons, I'd have to get a good image
Something
of the
might be
remote
loose.
and see
Trust me, it's not the first
exactly
time I've had something loose.
if the buttons would be too
So,
hard to push. Other than that, if it's an easy basic remote like that
wow,
for
that's got a pretty fast
$94,
little
you can put a cell phone on
tilt there
there,
going on.
GoPro. I mean, I could just put the you know, the
Definitely
iPhone on
has a
there
little
and
bit
get good
of
video.
going on.
That's really
With
smooth.
this is your control.
Wow. The remote's a
Is an
little bulky,
is
but
an intermittent control. So it only works when you press it. Press 1 to activate it. You can change
interesting.
your channels. This allows you to change your speeds. So this is your tilt speed.
Ah, it's got different tilt speed too.
So really slow.
Okay, that's actually pretty impressive.
Really slow.
So maybe you need something like this for a wheelchair camera. That's a total possibility.
Well, if you don't have it past 3, it doesn't tilt up.
Interesting. Getting another stable thing here. This is from Orion here. This is the vibration isolator. That's actually pretty cool looking. Pretty penny. Looks like it would do some serious isolation now. Have you had any experience using this at all? Yeah, Amazon wishlist, quick. Just strap it to the side of a chair. With a quick release mount. All right, let's show me the examples. Interesting, like strap literally to the side or top of a car. Huh. Okay, I want that right there. If somebody needs to make one of these, I can put on Amazon wishlist. That would be epic. Yeah, remote control car camera, yes, please. That's a pretty cool little product, though. Yes, I totally want an RC car, just like that. With the camera mount. I know I could just get basic RC car, but I want one of the nice big ones like that that can handle the weight. That's the way to do it. Oh, go to the bottom. Oh, sorry. Oh, are we going for the video here, sir? We can take a look at it. We're gonna mute that. That's got music because music is always a bad situation on live streams. Ah, you actually see it in action there bouncing. I'll make it bigger. I wonder what those cables are made with. That's very interesting. Just like a steel, this looks like steel cables to me. I mean, maybe they're a special kind of cable. They just look like a hollow cable, but it's like lined in steel. But works really well. I like it. Minus the price. That part I don't like. But it's really cool. Looks like there's some other similar models. The purchase as well. So let's see, go back to Will's conversation here. I know we're talking about your wheelchair. More sensitive. Yeah, if you're going any type of downhill at all, Will, and your brakes click on, it's gonna be a little bit more of a jerk than it would be if it was without. Wanzo, I agree. Santa Claus. That's true. Maybe with a GoPro, you can get one with really small wires. See, I was thinking, that's why I was thinking about those robotic arms earlier, that if I could just use the Bluetooth built in on the wheelchair joystick to control it. So we need one of these that has like Bluetooth control. That's what we need, a pan tilt mount with Bluetooth. That's what we need to find. Which I don't know if our wheelchairs could be used like that, but totally normal needs to make us a joystick RC car. I agree. I'm not above using someone else's ideas on my private use projects. That's true. Ah, the Traxxas X Max. Yes. I used to have a Traxxas way long time ago. That's true, infrared would work well too. I got distracted. That's not gonna work. That's like a baby monitor. Automatic video tripod, no. I was hoping if somebody made a real basic one with Bluetooth would be sweet. But I feel like it wouldn't be too hard to make one. Like I said, out of one of those cheap robotic arms and a Bluetooth thing, and like a little cheapo, you know, $7 circuit board, I don't see why not. All right, let's take a look at this. Robin gave us the name of the Traxxas. We just can't go wrong with that. Ready to run package with charger or even without charger. Ooh. Expensive little guy, but the thing is massive though. I actually go on their website. $50 miles an hour, all-wheel drive. Easily could strap a camera to it. I think if I had one of these, I would just get in trouble constantly. Starting at $99.95. I wonder what size this is considered. Like scale-wise. Because like the size I had before was like tiny. Small. Nothing like this. But it's actually a really cool vehicle. This should easily be able to handle yeah, jumps and stuff. That'd be pretty sweet. Doesn't really say what size it is, does it? Scale wise, but that's really awesome. Probably 1/8, yeah, I was gonna say 1/8 or maybe 1/5. Well, I think I gotta add this to my wish list too. It would honestly get me in a lot of trouble. I would have way too much fun with it. Alright, back onto our Bluetooth search here. Yeah, I still think I'd have to go with like a cheap robotic arm. Here we go, like this. Obviously, this is not the right one. But something like this. I think this is made with plastic, not metal. Where it's basically some servos and kind of wire it up. So let's see if we can find something similar to that. Here's, oh, aircraft. There we go. That's what we need to do. We need to find something that works for a remote control aircraft. That would work really well. Obviously, this is made with plastic, but something like this could work really well. Especially if you're just moving around a GoPro. It doesn't weigh anything. Let's type in aircraft FPV here into Amazon. Somebody's got to make a metal one. Let's see. I'm gonna get a lot of copters and stuff now, aren't I? That's not the proper keyword. Let's see, what was the other? Pan, let's type in aircraft. Trying to find a photo of an F5 set up at a cinema. Yeah, and there's somebody that's on Instagram that lives here in the Portland area that I know of, and she had a custom camera rig built on her chair, but it did not have the ability to it didn't have the ability to do like what we're trying to do. It was like the pan and tilt. It was like stationary. Oh, maybe I found one. Please tell me you have Bluetooth capability. Ah, dang. You gotta use the app. That sucks. One of these days, we're gonna find a Bluetooth one, or somebody's just gonna make one. Just buy one of these, take it apart, and switch it out, and make it Bluetooth. That might be the way to go. Just buy one of these ones. It's like $60, and just swap out the internals to make it have Bluetooth control. That might be a quick way to do it. You bring the RC aircraft you enter into the world of FAA registration to be legal. That's true. Well, I actually talking about the aircraft itself. But just trying to find something that could be used on a wheelchair that could also be used on something else. But you're right, you bring it RC, you get the world of FAA registration to be legal, and POV. You get a ham radio license. Yeah, I did not know you had to have a ham radio license for a POV, though. I did not know that. That's interesting. A drone gimbal kit. All right. Let's see if there's a drone gimbal kit. Those are probably, though, ones I'm guessing are going to be strictly wireless. Yeah, see, drone gimbal kit is not going to give me like gimbal repair kits. I mean, you could maybe get something like a DJI one and maybe try to reuse it. Here we go. How does this guy work? Interesting. Lightweight. Doesn't really show how the camera mounts, though. I'm assuming it just mounts on the end. The camera must mount there. And it's able to twist and turn. Yeah, something like this would maybe work. $53. Yeah. Would be a perfect kind of thing. Anything else similar category, price-wise? Well, I do like all these ideas that we're coming up with. I just can't believe that nobody makes an exact Bluetooth one. I mean, I guess Bluetooth is very unreliable as far as connections, but for somebody like us, it's like it's right next to it, connected to our joystick. That would be pretty sweet. Bluetooth, Bluetooth, Bluetooth. can it be possible to mount a camera onto the profile? Yeah, it's totally on a profile you could easily get one on there. It's just that getting something to be motorized be another story. Orion's just letting me know, so the POV stuff operates outside the frequency and general purpose. Interesting. Ah, I did not know that. If you stay on your own property with your own drone, you'd be okay. Yeah, I know you gotta get licensed for like the drones and planes and things, but I did not realize about the POV. That's crazy. Makes sense though why they would want you to get registered now. Yeah, I honestly think the best way to maybe go is to get something like this that's cheap and take it apart and rewire it with your own circuit board. And I don't know, somehow get it to work. I feel like that might be the quick and easy way to do it. Or buy, like I said, a robotic arm and just use like two parts of it. You know, one arm and one base, so you can rotate and turn. Robotic pan tilt. Let's see if it shows up with that. Welcome back, Rolling Thunder. It's all good. Oh. Here we go. Pan tilt digital servo, full metal bracket for point PGZ cameras, Raspberry Pi, $84. It comes with 2 digital servos. Yeah. I think I may have found something that will work. It looks like it's super lightweight too.
Introducing UC Tronics Pre.
Introducing. I mean, it's made with metal. That's gotta mean something, right? Looks like you can assemble it. Okay. Okay, there's a Raspberry Pi, circuit board. Yeah, I think this could totally work. I think I'm gonna have to add this to my wish list, which I will do. I will go ahead and put this one in chat. I think it's actually a pretty cool potential. I mean, 84. It's not bad for what we're trying to do here. Oh man, hold on. I gotta delete all the excess. It won't let me post in chat. There we go. I bought my van from a superior van to company that did the conversion on my van. Is adapted and adapted. Yeah, normally the ramp and the van stuff is normally completely separate. Yeah, I saw that too in the video, how the arm to arm just kept hitting the servo wires. But it's on its own. Yeah, so your ramp has a whole entire separate remote than the car. They didn't program it in together. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find that gal on Instagram as well. I just realized I'm on the wrong screen again. Goodness gracious. Leave it up to me to be on the wrong screen. Let me see if I can find because I think there's an article about it online. Might have been New Mobility had it. Obviously, there's that Aware camera that keeps popping up when you type in that. Let's see if I can find this real quick. Because there's a person that had that issue and they wanted to be able to have a camera mount. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not able to find it at all. But regardless, I do know there's somebody out there that has a power chair that did it for I think it was during film school. Let me check one more spot here. It may have been underneath New Mobility magazine here. Normally, New Mobility always has the interesting articles about cameras and life and all kinds of stuff. We do a quick search. Accessible laundry rooms. Yeah, I don't see it, but if I find it, I'll put it into chat. But if somebody here locally in Portland that went to school for it and needed a camera, and they got together, I think, with a local high school, and they made a camera mount on her permobile to fit. They made it permanently. Let's see here. Well, we started out with spam. Then we went down the rabbit hole of cameras and mounts on wheelchairs. And both have any stuff about spam that you guys want to talk about? I know that we kind of showed a little bit of some of the spam accounts that I always looking to see how old the account is that's messaging me. Oh, I do have an interesting a story, or I guess information that happened today. I received a message from a wheelchair company, which will not be named, that wants to use photos of mine, which has happened before, where I've had wheelchair manufacturers, other wheelchair people reach out to me and want to use my photos before, but this time, this is a little bit more legit than it was last time. Last time it was like from a friend saying, hey, XYZ company is using your photos online. I didn't know if you do that for marketing. I'm like, wait, what? I didn't give them permission. Long story short, a different company has now reached out and they want to do it, but they actually asked. They said, hey, we use your photo. We want to use it for this exact publication, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's just, yeah, to me, it's kind of nice to see that there's still companies out there that actually do the right thing and like ask permission and have you like fill out documents and say that your image will be used for XYZ. Like, I feel like having a public Instagram account, a lot of organizations, companies don't realize that they just can't go and use your photos for their free marketing on whatever it is they want and get away with it. That's how it works. So it's yeah, it's super nice and refreshing to get a message from a company on Instagram that actually wants to do it for the right things. It looks like I am behind on. Oh boy. And Totally Normal has come through with photos as always. He always ends up finding them no matter what. Give me a second here. Wow. That is totally awesome. All right, check this out, guys. Check that out. How sweet is that? That's actually really sweet. And I like how they kept the seat elevator. You know, because they might need that while it's out and about. Probably filmed pretty well. Here's another photo. Oh, that's with the seat extended. Ah. Wait. I like how this picture, it has all the fenders and everything, right? And this photo, it's gone. Like, what happened? Did they crash? Like, where did all the plastics go? Do you guys notice that? Like, this is like stealth mode. And then this one's like all like nice and pristine. This is like a couple weeks later, all the plastics red are gone. I don't know if this is coincidence or not, but that's a really, really sick setup though. Or are these two separate chairs? And what did he use kind of for remote control for this? Totally normal. So that's really sweet. Wouldn't mind just having a remote control F3 anyways. Oh, was for light reflection, need to be blacked out. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that's a pretty sick setup. I like it. Now we just need something like that, but allows us to stay in our chair. Let's see. Got a video clip too. Was it RC airplane autopilot setup? That'd be interesting. They would black coat our list for movies and TV shows when I worked at the rental company. Interesting. They just use like tape, or what did they use? Because obviously, I'm assuming they couldn't paint it at the rental company. Like, you don't think you might get your lift back, being a different color. That'd be kind of weird. Sweet. Thank you for sharing. I think I'm also missing another message here on. What is this one? Ah, yes, this is the information from Orion about the FAA, how to register your drone, registration fees, all that stuff. So I guess it's got to be labeled too. I'm assuming it has to be labeled for some sort of FAA ID, something like that. I'm guessing that what needs to happen with that. No, spray on film. All you did is pressure wash it off. That's actually pretty cool. Wouldn't mind having something like that in order to change the color of the chair. We'd be able to spray it off. That'd be cool. In case you crash on private property, to label info. That makes sense. My car is black and I get to Batmobile, get the crippled Batmobile because it's a wheelchair fan. Nice. Now you just see some blackout headlights with it, blackout taillights, get some black wheels, window tint. You'll be all set, dude. That reminds me of my old van. It was all black. I had black headlights, taillights, everything. I made my van completely all black. I like that, the Batmobile. That's a great car name. Well, let's see. There's different levels of FMA hoops, commercial versus non-commercial. Over 55 pounds, that would be interesting to see. To see like that size of a drone, that'd be really cool. Let's see, what else here am I missing or was on my agenda to talk about today? We covered the Instagram spammers, Twitter spammers. Everybody already knows what those are. Oh, okay. You're talking like large scale RC airplanes. Okay. Yeah, I've watched a couple of YouTube videos of people with large scale airplanes. some of those things are just crazy how big they get up to. Like scale wise, it's ginormous. I've also heard that people block the door and then they'll yell at me saying that you can't tell it's a wheelchair van, even though it has stickers all over the doors. Windows are pretty much everywhere. Yeah, well, that's just a common issue when you park anywhere. Yes, Wanzo. You are correct, sir. It is this weekend, and then again next weekend. Okay, we're gonna switch to some ginormous aircraft. That's an interesting looking prop. But that's a huge RC airplane. That's just ridiculous. It's like the size of a person. It's so big. That'd be pretty sweet. My favorite though is the jets. Like, the jets are very impressive. The RC jets that they have. Oh yeah, it's camera rate versus RPM. You're right. I was like, wait, that's a really weird blade. Ooh, Spitfire. Sweet. It'd be a lot of fun flying something that big. It takes a lot of skill. And then, of course, you gotta have the jets. Give it a little audio for... Because it's gotta have a jet noises, right? That's so awesome. Yeah, that's just... Those things are just massive. Could never afford one of those, but really cool. And the craftsmanship and their ability to fly those things is always so impressive. Whenever I'd see RC airplanes out at like fields and stuff, their abilities to fly and I mean, aircrafts are just so big. That's so cool. Get caught up here in chat. Used to work at an RC jet event here. Those things are expensive now. Oh yeah, I can't even imagine the cost. Even had some people give me a hard time because I don't have plates on it because I just bought it. Yeah, that's a little bit ridiculous. Did they give you a placard? Because they should have given you a placard. If that's the case. Or at least they should have. Those are sweet. Those are awesome jets. I was just going to say, I wish I could afford something like that, right? Yeah, I think that would be... If I could afford something, that'd be epic, but... Yeah. Actual jets run on kerosene, and you must have a fire extinguisher. I did not realize that some of those run... Did they... most of the larger, like 1/3, 1/5 scale run on kerosene? Yeah, I agree. Well, they just need to give you a break. That's just people being stupid. Yes, the large scale moving equipment. Yes. The jets are on kerosene. Okay. Let's see if we can find some RC earth moving equipment. We always like that. There's so many channels just on RC stuff. It's awesome. It's like a whole rabbit hole. See what happens? Okay, here, we'll go.
With Fred.
We have an ad. I'll put it on the screen as soon as the ad's over. So you guys are making me go down a rabbit hole of RC stuff that's huge. A lot of ads on YouTube today. There we go. Look at the size of those things. That would be like the ultimate, like, I'd be like a total kid in a candy store or something like that. Just like digging holes in the backyard, and I just think it'd be a lot of fun. I'd be making a regular old mess. Or help myself with gardening. That'd be a lot of fun. One thing I've never gotten into is anything this big. All my RC stuff was all like 1/10 scale. At like the largest. So these are pretty impressive for how big they are. Way to go, Wanzo. Way to make us go down a rabbit hole of large RC. That's pretty awesome though. Oh, sweet. Got the trucks too. The haul it all way. Oh, tons of ads. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Never seen anything like that. In person, at least. They said all my stuff was super tiny. Like 1/10. So to get stuff at this scale, that's pretty cool. Especially with it really being real hydraulic. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I would totally be like, I'd get myself in trouble. Yeah, I think there's a YouTube about that, Orion. That guy has a YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure that he dug out his basement using one of these. A couple of different things. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Let me see if I can find it. Because that'd be kind of, in case anybody, gets bored and wants to watch it. That's true. You do get moved around to different people at the dealership. Did you get moved around a lot, Will, when you ended up getting the van as far as like who you were working with? Um, let's see. You're talking about the YouTube Gold guy, right? I'm trying to find the guy's name that he literally dug it out of his backyard. But I'm glad I was able to work with one person from start. Oh, you got one person. That's awesome. All right. Here's the link to the guy that did this. No, not RC Sparks. Little Giants. And he was digging out his basement. I don't know if this is the right guy. I have a feeling it might not be the right guy, but it's the only one I could find. Uh, Joe Murray. I think the one I gave you guys is the wrong one. Um, I don't think that showed up correctly. Yeah, I do not see his videos. But regardless, the guy's named Joe Murray, and he's the one that had a big RC thing. It's pretty cool. I just don't know where his actual videos are, but hopefully the link I gave you guys is the correct one. So that's the closest I can find on YouTube on a quick, short notice. Well, I don't know if you guys can hear it, my voice a little bit. I am fighting a little tiny bit of a cold, and I want to try to get rid of it before the weekend. So I think we're going to probably end up taking care of ending the live stream right now, just so I can focus on resting my voice and stuff to get back to 100% before Saturday. As I got to coach power soccer with Wanzo and Totally Normal. But it's been a really fun stream. I don't know if there's anything. I know there's somebody in here that's doing a live stream tomorrow. Totally Normal. So I'll be seeing you guys on his live stream tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for joining in. Glad we could talk about some spammers and stuff in the beginning. And I will catch up with you guys next week. And yeah, see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. And thank you again. And remember, if Ry can do it, so can you. Have a good night, everyone.